As you can see, we have a beautiful spring day out here on the lake and very little wind, so we have glass conditions, and that's definitely not, it's not like this all the time. When you get into chop, 1 or 2 foot waves, you just want to go slow. Safety is always paramount when you're boating, and you just don't want to be banging around and make it uncomfortable for yourself and your passengers. So I recommend going slow. You just have to be aware of the wind conditions, where the wind's coming from, and following seas. When the wind's at your back and you're riding with the waves, you want to make sure you're not going so fast and the waves are too big that you could actually bury the nose of the boat and have water come down through the boat. You don't want to have that happen. So the key there is to have speed and always be watching the waves as you're riding with them, and you'll know when you're going too fast or too slow. So you really want to go about the same speed as the waves are when you're in very rough conditions. And then it's always recommended, to avoid that nose diving. You might have to work the throttle as well as working the steering wheel just to make sure your boat's always in a good position. It's almost like surfing sometimes, just to make sure it's a safe ride and you can get to where you want to go. Yeah, before going out, you should always leave with a full tank of gas. Really, the rule of thumb is a third of the tank on the way out and a third on the way back, and always keep a third in reserve. So you never want to push it. It's not like when you're on land. If you run out of gas and you're on big water, especially the Great Lakes or the oceans, and you get caught in a current and you're out of fuel, you're just going to go wherever that current wants to take you, and it could be away from shore. So once you get out into some of the big water, cell service only works so far, so do be aware if you have a cell phone to be watching to make sure you still have service and you're within range, because if you need to call anyone in an emergency situation, you definitely want to make sure you can get through. And if you're a new boat owner, I do highly recommend that you see if there's any local safety boating courses that you could attend. If you're a first-time boater, that's always a good idea. There's also a lot of information on the internet and YouTube and all those various sources that we do have nowadays. But you can keep yourself a little checklist as well, but the key is safety at all times. If you're the captain of the boat, you're responsible for the safety of yourself and your vessel and your passengers. So yeah, it's serious business. So people do get injured on the water, but if you're safe and have a clear head and you're not drinking and just being safe and having a good time, everyone can come back to shore safely after a great day out on the water.